Welcome back, Rack Pack. Rackmdar here today, bringing another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Today, I wanted to kind of do something a little bit new for my Duel Links content, and that is I'm going to be starting up this brand new video series, Road to King of Games. If any of you guys are familiar with maybe League of Legends or Overwatch or other competitive game content creators, some of them often do this, road to diamond, road to challenger type deal, where they create content around the idea of just climbing through the game's ranking system. And I kind of wanted to do that same thing here for Duel Links, and climb my way up to King of Games, and create some videos for it with you guys. I think that would be a pretty fun thing to do. I know a lot of the content creators for Duel Links are climbing through legend and whatnot, and showing those highlights, but I don't know, I'm not quite sure if anybody's just straight up done a Road to King of Games series. So I thought it would be a lot of fun, and additionally this is going to be budget decks only. So I'm not going to be using any of the decks that I spent money on, aka Masked Heroes and Neos Fusion. I'm only going to be playing decks that I used my gems on and are mostly budget friendly. I'm going to be using a lot of older decks and just kind of rogue decks as we climb through silver, and then once we get higher in the ranks into platinum and legend, I will be playing some of the more competitive decks, maybe a 6 Samurai budget deck, or more free-to-play friendly decks as well. So that's kind of what we have going for here. So kind of some ground rules for the budget, some ground rules for the budget terminology, right? So what do I mean by budget? What I mean is the only time, or it only requires one full purchase of a big box or very minimal investment into the smaller boxes. Most of if you're a free-to-play player, your best friends are the mini boxes, so I will be creating some decks designed around going into the mini boxes a few times. Spellbooks is maybe an example of an older deck that I might play. Not the current spellbook, like the optimal spellbook that uses Silent Magician, just like spellbooks in general. So something like Masked Heroes, which requires 3 copies of Anki, which requires in itself 3 investments into the main box, I won't be using that kind of stuff. We're just going to be focusing on something you can get by going into that box the first time. And then for mini boxes, like I said, depending on the deck, I may or may not play it with multiple copies of cards. And then the last rule, of course, is if the deck is consistent of more than one box, I will likely not be playing it, depending on the rarity of those cards. If it's like super rares and ultra rares in many different boxes, I ain't going to be doing that because that's quite insane. But if it's maybe a few rares here or there, I might pull it out. And then obviously lastly, we will not be purchasing or utilizing any structure decks past the first gem purchase, quote unquote. So if I wanted to put Blazeman for Elemental Hero Blazeman into a deck to search Poly, I might do so, but I won't be using 3 copies of that card because that requires you to spend money on the game. So that's kind of what we're going for. This is something I really thought would be fun to do. Additionally, for those who wanting the update on my Dark Magician stuff, I have 18 packs left, and they still won't give me the copy of Magician Navigation, so that's kind of the update there. But I'm going to be playing in the earlier ranks, some other side decks, rogue decks, decks that are slightly less competitive, and then as we climb, I won't be able to get away with that as easily, so we'll start playing more tiered decks geared at hitting King of Games. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of my deck for today's episode, and then we're just going to jump straight to the ladder and see what happens. So today's deck that I wanted to do this is actually the first deck I ever hit King of Games with in Duel Links. Well, not necessarily this deck in particular, but Aromages. Aromages was the first deck I used to reach King of Games. This is not the same build, obviously, because we got new cards that I want to try out, but it's very similar. I didn't use balance, but I used Destiny Draw instead, and this was back when before Destiny Draw got nerfed. During my time playing, Destiny Draw was as many times as you could, as long as you took the damage necessary. So aromages healed quite a lot through the use of their effects, so I was getting multiple uses out of Destiny Draw in many of my duels. It was a slow deck. It was, a lot of burn decks going around in that meta, so it took a long time. Like my duel to hit King of Games, like my final duel, was like a 30-minute long duel. It was kind of crazy. So but yeah, we're going to be playing around with this. This is Aromage. We have the new card, Aromage Kananga. Basically, every time you gain life points, you send one spell or trap your opponent controls back to the hand. Kind of nice to have some sort of back row, something to deal with back row, but for the most part, it's not super great. 3 copies of Jasmine. This is our draw power for the deck, and we want to be able to try to open up with Jasmine. 1 copy of Rose Lover, mostly because it's semi-limited to 2, and we want to have Treacherous Trap Hole in the deck because it is a broken card. So I only have 1 copy of Rose Lover. We have 2 copies of Bergamot, the boss monster, one of the main boss monsters of our deck. Miracle Fertilizer, this is a random new card from one of the boxes. So like I said, this is not, I won't have multiple copies of this because, it's an ultra rare from a big box. And I guess I should also, I forgot about Dark World Dealings. This is an ultra rare from a big box, so we won't use 2 copies of Dark World Dealings, and I'll pick out a different spell. So let's go ahead, figure out a different spell to utilize here that we can actually play. Here, we'll do Dark Core. Discard a card, banish, target one face-up monster on the field, and banish it. I think that should be alright. There's a couple of other spell cards we could potentially use. Maybe this, or Super Rush. Super Rush is pretty good. I think I might use Super Rush instead. I want protection from monsters, so I'm going to go ahead and use Super Rush. But yeah, these are 1 copy of this, 1 copy of this. This is just some draw power in order to help cycle through stuff. We are playing balance in this version. Aromages aren't great, so I'm not quite sure the optimal way to actually play the deck. I'm just kind of throwing things there. We do want 3 copies of the field spell. It's very important to the deck. We need the field spell. Maybe some other cards that help you heal. So Supremacy Berry is a good example of something like that. Cards that can give you life in order to activate the Aromage effects. That's something that you could think about. But I went for like the most optimal protection available. I have Widespread Ruin, Paleo, Floodgate, 1 copy of Tretch because it is quite insane. So while it could end up a dead card in our hand, Treacherous Trap Hole is just ridiculously broken, so you almost always want to play it. And then 2 copies of Wall of D. I just went for ultimate protection strategies here in order to protect our monsters until we can get a good playoff. And then I do have 1 copy of Unknown Synchron. That is essentially our only way to get to our synchros because there's not really too many great plant synchros out there. There is Dark Verger that you can get from the Black Rose Dragon character from 5Ds. I don't know her name, I'm sorry. But if you play her character, she has a skill that starts with Dark Verger in the graveyard. Let me see if I can actually find Dark Verger, because I think I have a copy of it from one of the boxes. So we'll do it real quick before we jump into everything. Okay, we'll just do... see. Oh, favorites, unfavorite. Dark Verger. There we go. Here it is, Dark Verger. When a plant type tuner monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in attack position. There are a couple of plant type tuners you might get away with, but for the most part, this card isn't going to work very well with Aromages because we don't have any plant type tuners. If we could get like an Aromage tuner, that would be fantastic, but for now we don't really have it. And so I'm just going to use Unknown Synchron. Pretty nice card. Has the same effect as Cyber Dragon. If your opponent controls monsters but you don't, you can special summon it. So we're going to use that as our tuner, and we're going to use that to tune into, or Synchro Shokan into Rosemary. I just realized that this is a level 3 instead of a level 4, so we might actually want to have a copy of this. So we're going to do that instead. How do I have more? Okay, never mind, this is the same. So yeah, we want a copy of this in case we need synchro, and basically she buffs up our monsters, and then once per turn you can target face up card and negate, have its effects negated. So it's kind of nice, but it's really not great. The main reason to have this card is for the 2000 attack points if we are kind of lacking in that. But for the most part, it's not super amazing, and we're probably not going to see it quite or very often. We're going to be focusing on our normal monsters, or our effect monsters here. So that about sums up the deck. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to save it because I made a few changes, and we're just going to go see how well it works. We're in silver. We are currently in silver, I think 3. The rank is going to reset, and I'm going to continue this even though the rank will reset soonish. Because it'll give me a chance to play some more decks, and I do have some decks, old school decks that I could try to pull out, but and I'm really, more chances to play some fun decks. I'm okay with that. So, but yeah, so I'm going to be, I think we're silver 4, so we might hit gold and then end up getting reset back to silver, depending on how much time I have to record episodes for this. But this is something I really wanted to do. It's a way to create some content even though I don't have cards. So like while I'm waiting for cards to appear via a card, or via like a box, or maybe like I'm farming, like right now I'm farming Alexis as well. So if there's things like that, then it might also, that it's also really nice to have this available to me. Look at this, Treacherous Trap Hole already. And we do have the Garden. We don't have a monster. We have 2 copies of Garden and only a Burge, but this will give us some back row that we can mess around with. Hopefully this card isn't going to destroy a back row. Solemn Wishes, that's a very interesting card. Life points by 500 each time you draw a card. I wonder if I should auto Treacherous one of these. These guys only can summon one of the god cards, and it looks like I probably should have done so. So what I should have done is on the draw phase, I should have turned this toggle to on, and yeah, that's how that works. I should have turned the toggle to on and used Treacherous Trap Hole so that I couldn't get OTK'd. We did kind of not have a monster there, so like I said, this is not going to be perfect deck compositions during these early ranks. I didn't expect that to go as badly already, but it is what it is. So we'll just mess around with the deck a little bit more. We'll probably play a few duels and then call that for the video. I don't want to make, like, whenever I do a video for these, I don't want to spend like a long time on some of the decks, because I want to create videos specifically for those decks particularly. So this isn't like a deck composition video like I have been doing, where like I highlight a really cool deck and I want to play it. All right, so we have some plays. I'm going to just do the Rose Lover, and then we're just going to end our turn. This will give us a possible summon for one of our big boss monsters. Oh, he's playing hero fusion stuff. I did get the new skill for elemental heroes, so I might actually try to play that too. That'll probably be the next video. See if I can pull out a cool fusion deck for elemental heroes. I think that would be a lot of fun, because they have some decent stuff now. All right, he did that. So, all right, we got Widespread Ruin. This can activate to summon her, but I don't really need to. We're just going to set Widespread, activate Garden, and then we're going to, this is chainable, so curious what that might be. And then we're going to put whatever that is back to the hand. Hero Barrier. Oh. During your opponent's turn, you can activate this card. During the battle step, any opponent's attack that takes place while you control Hero monster is negated. Well, I'm still going to activate Aroma Garden in order to buff up my monster so that he can't do anything. It also activates her other effect to drop our opponent's monsters by 500 every time we, or for each, it drops our opponent's monsters by 500 if we have more life points, but he is going to activate the Blazement effect in order to send Neos to the graveyard and then start making some plays. But we do have Widespread, so that's actually pretty good. Got the Widespread Ruin to just destroy that. Sorry, my friend. Not today. My back row protection is too strong. And we have Jasmine now. That is great. Great, great. So Jasmine's going to give us the draw power we need. Gonna head activate this effect. Our opponent's going to have to put this card back into his hand or activate it. Oh boy. So we can actually just finish him off now. That is a perfect draw right there. So we're gonna pull out or discard the Rosemary and then just go straight in. So Miracle Fertilizer is pretty nice. It does give us the opportunity to summon other or any monster from the graveyard instead of others. This would be, I really wish I had more copies of it because that would be pretty cool, but unfortunately, you know, I'm also a budget player, so I don't have everything. It's just the game is kind of not nice when it comes to trying to be free to play. Like, you can pick out a single like deck and do really well with it. Like, if I have top tier, you know, I have competitive decks that I can build and do all right with, but if you want to have a diverse pool of cards and have fun with like different decks as well, free to play is not gonna get you there for the most part. It's kind of rough. All right, win and we gain a rank. This is great. Going to go straight into some of this. I think we go second. And we do have our Jasmine on field, or in hand. Pretty decent starts, so hopefully we can... It would be really nice if we picked up a... playing Amazons. Ooh, that's going to be very, very rough. Just going to search out for the Amazon... Oh, Heirloom. So that must be one of the willpowers. There's no way that... Yeah, one of these is the Amazon trap card. Ooh. So we got two of these. I'm just going to set, and then I'm going to set the T, set them in the T pose, and pray for the best. We do need to pick... Yep, there it is. Onslaught, that's what it's called. Willpower is the one that summons from the graveyard. So, kind of unfortunate there. We could deal some decent damage to him with our monster, but... Oh, he's going for Swordswoman. I hate this combo. It's so frustrating. And then you got Heirloom as well. Swordswoman is so annoying. Like, your opponent takes the battle damage, and then Heirloom combos with it in order to prevent it from dying. So... kind of annoying. I don't know if I want to... yeah, we don't want to do Wall of Disruption because we'll take too much battle damage. Is he gonna... I think he used this instead, which is really good. Nope. Never mind. Did banish it with the Onslaught, and we're gonna get the princess to do her thing. Send a card to the graveyard, special summon a monster. Able to special summon... we're going to take the damage. I think he can special summon from the hand. Yep. And then now we just use our Wall of Disruption. So this is pretty problematic here. Pretty problematic. If this didn't get destroyed, we'd be able to summon it with our Miracle Fertilizer and then go in with Bergamot. But unfortunately, it did end up getting destroyed. Rose Lover. Rose Lover, Rose Lover. Very unfortunate, because the problem is, this is going to banish our Rose Lover, and we need Rose Lover in the graveyard. So, these plays are not really working out. I don't know if I'll be able to beat this one. This one not looking very... Wait, once per turn... Wait. There's no plant type in my graveyard. How can I activate this? Once per turn... Oh! So I can just do this whenever. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I really don't have a play. Because he's just going to banish everything. It's really the annoying part of this deck. I think I'm just going to do... I think we'll do... I'm really not sure what to do. Because I think we just lose, honestly. I think we'll just do this. So I think what I'm going to do is get rid of... Well, I have to do the tiger, so I guess we'll kill the tiger. I'm gonna banish. I'm okay. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. That's actually a really bad play right there. I should have left his field flooded, because he wouldn't have been able to do anything. Now he has the possibility of putting a monster here and finishing me off. So... So that was a big misplay. I could have left his monsters on the field. He wouldn't have any way of doing anything. And it does look like he's not, able to do anything as well. So we're going to just kind of hold on to our stuff for now. Unfortunately, we don't have a means to out his board, and all of our stuff's going to get banished anyway. So I'd rather hold it in my hand. Hopefully, get a something going. All right, so he does have the. This is a good example, right? Like I said, now he has the ability to summon monsters. So if I left the tiger there, this would not be the case, and I would be able to just kind of stall this out until I get what I need, and that is actually what I need. So we're going to summon this. Yeah, I don't know what that face down is. Hopefully, it's nothing very important. So we're going to do this. Activate this to gain some life points. That is a really good draw. You go away. This is very problematic though, because Swordswoman's here. I think Princess is more dangerous. What's your face down, my friend? What is your face down? Archers. What the hell does that do? Activate, declares a monster. All face-up monster opponent controls are changed to face-up attack position. Oh, I mean, that doesn't really do anything. I mean, I lose my attack, but... Because he can just swing in with Amazon Swordswoman now and just win the duel immediately. I wonder if he'll realize that. Probably will. He seems like a pretty competent opponent. Yep. I hate Swordswoman. Swordswoman, man. It's the bane of my existence. It's so frustrating to play around. You just have to deal with this annoying monster on the field. And then, like, back when Amazons were in their peak, like, I think Swordswoman's actually about to get nerfed. Did they nerf Swordswoman yet? They did not. Swordswoman herself is actually about to get nerfed. I think it's in the... Oh, that's the wrong one. Like, I think the most recent balancing is going to change it. Skill rebalancing. Is it this one? Yeah. So Swordswoman is going to be limited to 2 now. And that is really, really kind of... I don't know. It's just such a not fun character, like, card to play against for me. Especially when Amazons were in their peak, like, it was just so broken, because you could have like this card on the field that would just never die because Amazon Queen can be summoned and protects all of your monsters from dying. So Amazon's Queen would be summoned, and then you have Swordswoman on the field just constantly banishing your cards and then also dealing damage to you. It's like, bro, you're taking a risk to banish my card. Why do I get damage dealt? Like, it just doesn't, like, the risk reward is a little skewed for that, and it just feels unfun to play against, at least for me personally. I'm not a fan of that card at all. And I'm pretty confident it's like the only card in the game that does that. So it's like, what? And it's extra problematic when you only have 4k LP. If we had like 5k or, maybe more, it wouldn't be as bad, which is why it's not a problem in the TCG. Well, also Amazon's just kind of trash in the TCG, but it's also why. So, all right, so we got Yugioh. We got that T set. And we got Treacherous. Yo, let's go. We're going to just normal summon Jasmine. This is probably going to not be really good. This matchup's going to suck, I think. Got this. Because Yugioh does a lot of board clearing. Clearly, Amazons just aren't quite capable. They're not. The power level is just quite not there for the most part. I don't necessarily want to use Dark World Dealings. I think I'll wait until the next draw. We'll just end our turn. We're going to hopefully use Treacherous to our advantage. Like I said, the Amazon, or not the Amazon, the Yugioh stuff has a lot of board clearing destruction. Ends turn. Okay. I will... Ooh. Ooh. So, let's see. Let's draw a card. Let's draw one more card. See if we can get more combo pieces. Hopefully one of our boss monsters, or at least our level 4, so that we can synchro. Ooh. I'm gonna do Dark World Dealings. I don't know what his face downs are. Maybe he's not using Yugioh. That's also a possibility. And there we go. We picked out our boss monster. Perfect. Okay, what is this? Last Hope of Nephthys. Alright. So we're going to set our Super Rush. And then I think I want to... I don't know what I want to play here. I might just set the Synchron and then play this super defensively. Force my opponent into doing stuff. I could also Treacherous whatever his face down card is. I think he wants me to attack into the face down. Because this is probably one of those cards that... Fire King Island. Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be... Because he needs Yugioh to be destroyed in his hand. So this is one of those cards where when it gets sent to the graveyard, destroys Yugioh from the hand. So we're kind of screwed here. Can Yugioh be killed with Treacherous? Is that a thing? I don't remember. But I think Yugioh will... So, okay, so... During the end phase, blah, blah, blah. When this card is destroyed, special summon Yugioh Terror from the graveyard. But it is a timing mix, so I need to leave this on. Let's see if I can help miss the timing. Oh, he already destroyed that. So this will... Cannot be normal summon set. When this is face up, leaves the field, you special summon one Yugioh, the ultimate nightmare from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Okay. So... So I think... Okay, never mind. This is gonna destroy all monsters, right? This... where's it at? During the end phase, destroy all other monsters on the field. So yeah, let's just do the Treacherous here. And we'll just blow this up. And we'll... I don't think there's anything I can do. I chained it. I wonder if that's gonna work like that. I don't think it will, because I think it's a... Oh, is that gonna remove the chain? No. Oh, Fire King Yashka. Okay. A Fire King Yashka. Oh, dude, I missed the timing. Yugioh missed the timing. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Holy crap, that is great. We can also use this now. So we can use Miracle Fertilizer, activate and target our our monster. His face down is kind of iffy. I want to draw a card. I do want to draw a card. So, draw a card. We have 6,500 life points. And then... Wait, what? Why can't I summon this? Oh, you cannot normal summon set the turn you special summon with this effect. That's actually really bad. What? What? That's trash. Never mind. I take everything back about this card. It's so bad. Hopefully they don't... Oh, Sacred Phoenix activated? What? Oh, this is a fire monster. So we're gonna activate that. Super Rush. Bam. Fire. Just in case. He's gonna blow everything up, yeah. Everything is blown up. Another field spell. What is his hand? Ooh, what is his hand? Oh, dude, does he not know? Please swing in. Please! Oh, he knows. He knows. Unfortunate. 2,400. Man, that's kind of rough. That is very rough. Blow up our entire field. I think we actually just do this. Okay, so this, so it has to be destroyed by a card effect. So we're just gonna do this. Oh, we can actually go in with this. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna blow up the field. We're not. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Suicide. It's kind of rough. I mean, I guess Miracle Fertilizer does allow us to special summon bigger monsters, but that's kind of unfortunate that you can't do the... Yo, we win! We win! The field spell victory! Oh, one face down. There's a Jasmine. Got the Jasmine. Ooh, so yeah, we're gonna have this. I'm just gonna summon all of these. Because Jasmine... Yeah. Jasmine allows me to normal summon twice if it's a plant. So we're just gonna do that. Do this. No effects, my friend. No effects. Unfortunately, his big boy's coming out, which will be very unfortunate. We do get the added benefit of the debuff. So because of this, he's losing attack. Well, oh, but he goes after that. If we draw a Berg, we win. Draw Berg. Rose Lover. Ooh, that's actually good. Yeah, that's not good. All of our monsters are in our graveyard right now. So... And we used up our Synchro. Unfortunately, we can't Synchro anymore. Ooh. We might need some more... To make this deck even more optimal, it would be beneficial to add some more recycling from our graveyard. Because right now we do not have that. Hopefully he doesn't realize... Nope, now he finally reads his card effects. Oh man. Because right now we don't have any way of recycling our monsters. Oh, we do have this though. That is nice. That is very nice. Too bad it's still not quite enough. Oh, World Legacy Chalice, or the quick play spell card World Chalice should be better. I actually should have put that in here. I can't believe I completely forgot about that. So yeah, I'm going to update that. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're just going to flip down his Phoenix. I'm actually gonna let that go through because I want that in the graveyard, and he can't attack this. What? Does he have something? What are you doing? It's 1900. What are you doing? Wall of disruption, baby. Wall of disruption. I guess we're just gonna stall it out. We're just playing that super annoying stall deck. We used up a lot of our spells in the beginning. That's kind of the unfortunate thing. He's putting more stuff. Yo, this is gonna win. He's gonna die. He declares an attack. Wall of disruption. He actually loses. Is this enough to kill him? He's gonna lose 1600. So that's going to be probably enough to kill him. We're just gonna do it. See what he's got though. He has something. That might be enough to kill him. If it's not, we can just switch him into attack mode. Yep, that's plenty. That's enough to kill him. You have to go through, man. Battle step. Booyah! Aromages coming out on top. That was a rough one. We had to play. I think there was a couple of misplays towards the middle of that duel, but I think I came out on top anyway. Just sit behind our back row cards after all of that, and we are good to go. So yeah, before we finish off the video, oh, he sent me a nice. Let's go. Before I finish off the video, I'll show you probably a better card to throw into this deck. It's a more recent card, and it's not even really that hard to get. It's a rare, I believe. Where's it at? Yep, here it is. World Legacy Clash. Banish a face-up monster you control, then target a face-up monster your opponent controls, and it loses attack defense equal to the banished monster. So if you banish Bergamot, your opponent's monster will lose 2400 attack and defense. I think this would be a lot better. So get rid of Super Rush, probably get rid of Miracle Fertilizer or something, and put in 1 or 2 copies of the World Legacy Clash. And then maybe throw in something that can give you better revival from the graveyard. That was a big problem, it seemed, because we do have a low monster count, so we do want to be able to recycle some of that. This is, part of that, being able to recycle, but maybe throw in a few copies of Powerful Rebirth as well to help increase the revival from your graveyard. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I hope you guys really enjoyed. It's going to be, recurring series on the channel whenever I run out of cards and stuff to make decks for. So hopefully very soon I can get that Dark Magician deck list out. Really close to just, finishing off that, picking up my 3rd copy of Magician Navigation. I want to do a couple of decks with Dark Magician, and then I also will be doing Cyber Angels whenever I finish farming up Alluring Alexis. So be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Later.